guys! Today I'm going to review Frankenstein Must Be Destroyed. Frankenstein Must Be Destroyed came out in 1969 and it's the fifth film in the Frankenstein series, and it once again stars Peter Cushing as Baron Frankenstein, and many say this is the best in the series. It's directed by Terence Fisher, music by James Bernard, and runs 98 minutes. However, the US cut of the film runs 101 minutes. There's a controversial scene in the film, a rape scene. Peter Cushing and Veronica Carlson had objections to filming it. However, the American distributors insisted it was filmed. Cushing gives one of his best performances, making the Baron a much more evil character in this film. The film stars Peter Cushing, Freddie Jones, Simon Ward, Veronica Carlson, Thorley Walters, Jeffrey Beelden. So in this film, it's all about Baron Frankenstein, and he's specialising on brain transference. So in the previous film, Frankenstein created woman. It was soul transference. So he's trying to transfer one man's conscience, soul, into another body. In this film, it's the brain. Instead of the subject being metaphysical, the soul, this is physical, the brain. So it's kind of like the opposite. And what makes this film so special is Peter Cushing's performance. Although, like, on the surface you think, oh, what an evil sword. But he's, like, devoted to what he's trying to do. And he'll do anything to achieve that. So he's not like a stereotypical evil villain. He believes what he's doing in his mind's good. And he'll go through any means to achieve his aim. And I think he's had so many failures in his other films that he's starting to get pissed off. So that could kind of like explain why he's a bit more mean in this film. I wouldn't say he was evil, although the controversial rape scene goes totally against his character. Frankenstein wouldn't do that. And him and Veronica Carlson didn't want to do the scene. They were just forced into doing it by the distributors of the film. So if you take that scene out, he's not really that evil. He just thinks he's doing good, even if he is really mean in the film. Yeah, bloody Frankenstein's a right bloody evil twat in this film. Proper bloody shithouse. There's also like a continuity fault. In Frankenstein Created Woman, Frankenstein's hands were like burnt or they weren't working properly. In this film, his hands are perfect. And in the next film, his hands are burnt again. So you could kind of like explain that he must have operated on his hand each till he got perfect hands again. And then ironically, he gets them burnt at the end of this film. So in Frankenstein and the Monster from Hell, he shows off his burnt hands. So that's why he needs an assistant in that film. But Cushing's a really menacing character. He blackmails Simon Ward's character. So Frankenstein blackmails him because he's wanting help in his experiments.
What right? I have every right. You are both engaged in highly illegal business.
Illegal business? What do you mean?
Oh, come now, Miss Spengler. You know what I'm talking about.
All right, so you overheard a conversation. Prove it.
The Narcotics Bureau would prove it in no time at all.
And I thought Simon Ward and Veronica Carlson were really good in the parts. They represent good. But that goes in with Peter Cushing's bad character. Right from the beginning when you first see Baron Frankenstein, he's got like a monster's mask on for a disguise. And that could kind of represent that in this film, the monster is actually Baron Frankenstein. At the end of the film, there's a scene where Frankenstein actually stabs Veronica Carlson's character with a knife. So it's like a double penetration. During the middle of the film, he rapes her. And at the end of the film, he stabs her. So that's 2 penetrations.
Go and make us some coffee, please.
You don't need her. Let her go.
I need her to make coffee. Anna?
Oh, that Veronica Carlson looked alright. No wonder Peter bloody Cushing had a bloody hard on for her. She could make my coffee any day. Thorley Walters and Jeffrey Beelden are a great double act in this film. And Thorley Walters was also in Frankenstein Created Woman, but he was playing a different character in that. There's some funny moments in this film. I love the scene where Frankenstein puts these tenants straight.
Excuse me. I didn't know that you were doctors.
Doctors? We're not doctors.
I beg your pardon. I thought you knew what you were talking about.
The brain transference scene's quite gory as well. You see the brain getting taken out. I think the sound effects are weird as well. Sawing away at the top of the head off. It's like he's sawing a plank of wood, the sound effect.
I shall be down for breakfast at 6:30, Anna. I should like 2 lightly boiled eggs.
Another good thing about this film's Freddie Jones' performance. He's the monster, but it's really someone who's had his brain transferred into a different body. And he goes to see his wife, and obviously she doesn't recognise him because he has a different body, but her husband's brain's inside the body. Because she doesn't like the look of him, she'll have nothing to do with him. See, this kind of like symbolises that some people are only attracted to looks and not personality. Because even though she knows it's her husband, she still rejects him. So it's like looks versus personality. Like shows that some people are shallow.
No. Who are you?
You asked me, did I recognize your voice? And what was the color of your hair? I cannot leave here, Ella. There's nowhere else for me to go.
Hey, that bloody wife was a shallow bitch. Rejecting the bloody husband because she didn't fancy him. Didn't like the look of the bugger. Yes, Bones, she was shallow, yes. If he'd have looked like bloody Brad Pitt, she'd be all over him. Typical bloody woman. The film ends in a great fiery climax. You could kind of like think that was the end of the series. However, the series does return for 2 more. So what do I think of this film? I think I'd probably put it as the best in the series. I thought the performances were excellent. I'd definitely put it in me top 10 Hammer films. So out of 10, I'm going to give it top marks. 10. 10 out of 10. What do you think, Bones? Do you like it? Bloody good film, Phil. Top marks. So there's only 2 more films I have to review. That's a horror Frankenstein that has Ralph Bates playing the title role. Peter Cushing's not in that one. And then there's Frankenstein and the Monster from Hell, which I think's really underrated. That ends the series on a high. Okay, everybody, bye. See you next time. Like, subscribe and share. Bye. Bye.
Explain the word progress in this context.
You wouldn't understand it. But I will give you a parallel that you may just appreciate. Had man not been given to invention and experiment, then tonight, sir, you would have eaten your dinner in a cave. You would have strewn the bones about the floor and then wiped your fingers on a coat of animal skin. In fact, your lapels do look somewhat greasy. Good night.